And speaking of executive orders, President Trump's latest executive order yesterday to stop certain refugees from entering the United States has already taken effect. Refugees from 7 Muslim-majority countries on their way to the United States are being turned away at foreign airports, and they are being detained if they're able to make it all the way to the United States. Bryan Llenas live at JFK in New York, where evidently there are already some folks who have been stopped and are being held there. Right, Bryan?
Hi, Leland. Yeah, this has been a developing story all day. Less than 24 hours since President Trump enacted that executive order that temporarily banned refugees and immigrants from those 7 predominantly Muslim countries. 2 Iraqi men were detained here at JFK Airport as soon as they landed sometime last night. The ACLU and other refugee activist groups then decided to file a federal lawsuit here in the Eastern District Court in Brooklyn, New York, suing President Trump and the federal government for unconstitutionally detaining these 2 Iraqi men. Now we are hearing just now, a presser just wrapping up from a lawyer, that one of the men, named 53-year-old Hamid Khalid Darwish, has been released from JFK at this hour. Darwish is an Iraqi husband and father of 3. He was granted a special immigrant visa for his work as an interpreter, an engineer, and a contractor from 2003 to 2013 on behalf of the U.S. military. We now know that he has been released. The other Iraqi man, Hadir Samir al-Shawi, was granted a visa to reunite with his wife and son in the United States on January 11th. He, from what we understand, is still being detained here at JFK. He was granted refugee status. Now, from what we understand, one of the congressmen here spoke to us and a bunch of other cameras. His name is Congressman Jerry Nadler. He spoke and he said that there could be at least an additional 10 others who are being held here at JFK. Listen.
We were told that they were being held even though they had valid visas. They're not admitted into the country because of the president's executive order. We asked that the president's executive order supersedes a valid visa, and we're told essentially that they're trying to figure that out, that they're waiting for guidance from Washington.
Well, let's look at Trump's executive order. Under Trump's executive order, the president's order yesterday, there's a 3-month immigration ban from 7 Muslim nations. That includes Iraq, Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, and Yemen. There's a temporary 4-month refugee ban, full stop on all refugees, an indefinite ban of all Syrian refugees. Refugees allowed into the U.S. once these programs are instituted again will be cut down from 110,000 allowed under President Obama to 50,000 annually, and the U.S. will prioritize non-Muslim persecuted minorities. And if you take a look at this map, this gives you an idea of the nations that we're talking about. Like I said, Iraq, Syria, Iran, Sudan, Libya, Somalia, and Yemen highlighted there. And interesting to note, obviously this program was put into place, or this ban, this executive order was signed as a way to tell people that they're protecting the United States from terrorists. Of the 19 terrorists that took part in the September 11th attacks, those 19 hijackers came from countries like Saudi Arabia and Lebanon and the United Arab Emirates. None of those nations are included on that banned list. Leland?
Noteworthy point by Bryan Llenas. Bryan, thank you very much.